Welcome to the Man United stream, hope you're doing well. Which summer signing of 2025 for Man United do you think is going to make the biggest difference to our team? Who's going to be the one standout player for United who we've bought this summer? I know which one I think it is. Who do you think it's going to be? We're going to discuss in today's show all the signings we've made in the summer 2025 transfer window and who we feel could be the breakout star for United this season and going forward. Who could be pivotal for us in this season and bringing United back to the top of the Premier League. We're going to be discussing that lots more in today's show, so make sure you stick around. Make sure you hit the like button on this video, and if you're not already a subscriber to the Man United stream channel, or it's the first time you've come across the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all things Man United and more. Now, before we move on to today's show, thanks for everybody out there who's been subscribing, showing love and support to the channel. It means a lot. It really does help us and it makes us feel good about ourselves, putting out more content for you like this. So let's jump straight into today's show because it's quite interesting. We've got lots to discuss. It's a topic that you can discuss for hours and hours with friends and fans about who you think is the best signing United made in this summer transfer window 2025. I'm going to go through the list of players that we've signed and then we'll discuss whether they're going to be very good for us, they're going to be okay for us, or whether they're going to be game changing, whether they're going to go on to make the biggest impact to this United squad. Now, the first signing of this summer transfer window was, of course, Diego Leon, the left back, a young left back from South America. Unproven, I'd say. I mean, we've not seen much of him in this season either. We've not seen him play in any games. And I think United bought this guy, I think, for about £3 million. And he was a long-term project. He is someone that they're hoping will become a top left back in the future. So Leon is the future potential star for Man United. But right now, we can't see him getting any game time or much game time this season in the Premier League, unless there's a number of injuries. The next signing United made, of course, was Matheus Cunha from Wolves. It was a deal worth £62.5 million from Wolverhampton. Great signing. I mean, this guy for me is my standout signing. I know Mbeumo scored a couple of goals already this season for Man United. Cunha hasn't scored one goal yet for Man United, but for me, he is the standout signing. He already looks like someone who's going to really play a pivotal role for Man United going forward. He's going to be our maverick, someone who's going to carry the team when most needed. And he's someone I think we can rely on in the future. So hopefully his injury, we know he went off injured against Burnley. He had a bit of a hamstring pull, we're hearing. But we're hoping it's not serious injury and that he will be back against Man City. If not against Man City, the game after. Because he's been phenomenal. Now, you might be thinking, what are you on about? He's not scored any goals. He's not contributed anything. But in the manner that he's played, the way he's attacked other teams, the pressure that he's put other defences under is what we needed, what we were missing. We've been missing this type of player and he's brilliant at doing that. Getting the ball, carrying it forward, putting the opposition defence under pressure, and just the amount of chances he's created for himself and others is what we're looking at. And I genuinely believe that if he had, he could have scored against Arsenal, he could have scored against Burnley, he had a few chances. He is a very good player, but just needs just that bit of luck here and there, and then he will be a fantastic player for United. And I think he's going to develop even better going into the season. I think he's going to become more comfortable, more confident, and he's going to get used to his team surroundings, and hopefully he can go on and progress a lot in this United squad. The next signing was Harley James, another youngster, another one for the future. For £1 million we signed him this summer. Again, someone that we can possibly discuss in the future, but right now let's concentrate on the players that will actually be playing this season. And one player that's hit the ground running and has had a very good start to his Manchester United career is Bryan Mbeumo. What a player. What a player. We knew he had goals in him. We knew he was brilliant for Brentford last season. and he's come in to United and took it by storm. I mean, he is genuinely a goal scoring machine. If we can keep him in the right positions, keep him up front, he will score a bag full of goals, and that's exactly why Man United brought him. They brought him in because they knew that this guy has got goals in him and he is Premier League proven. That's what we were after. This season we were always after Premier League proven players who could come in and guarantee us goals, not players that maybe we can let settle in for a season or two. No, we needed them in and we needed them scoring goals immediately, and he has ticked those boxes right now. Bryan Mbeumo has looked insane for United so far, and hopefully this season he could be another one. I think it was a tight call between Kuna and Mbeumo. One of those had to be picked from me. It might be that you might be picking Mbeumo. Given that he scored 2 goals already, you might be saying he's going to make the biggest impact and the biggest difference to this United team going forward this season. So you might be picking Bryan Mbeumo over Matheus Cunha. But for me, Mbeumo needs to stay in them high advanced positions and try and win the ball back high up on the pitch, and then he can get into those goal scoring positions. I think some of that could be down to him not being match fit early start of the season. He didn't look really good against Arsenal. The only game that I genuinely thought he looked very good in against was the Burnley match, but again it could be due to his fitness now slowly coming along. And Mbeumo's currently out with the Cameroon squad playing in the World Cup qualifiers, and I think he's been doing well. I think he's got an assist, and he's been doing well out there, so hopefully he can return to United fully fit and be ready for the big match against Man City. Now, the summer's most expensive signing, of course, was Benjamin Sesko. Again, he was a surprise signing, I must admit. I don't think there was many Man United fans at the start of the summer transfer window saying Benjamin Sesko is what United will end up signing as a striker. Many people thought United might not even sign a striker. We were talking about Calvert-Lewin being a possible striker. After United failed to sign Liam Delap early on in the summer transfer window, there was lots of talk of other strikers linked to United. There was Gyökeres, who ended up going to Arsenal. Then there was Ollie Watkins. There's a few others, but Benjamin Sesko was someone that wasn't really on United's radar, or at least we think that he wasn't on United's radar. We know that United have been tracking him for some time, but United leapt into action when Newcastle were preparing a bid for Benjamin Sesko. Because of Alexander Isak wanting to leave Newcastle and go off to Liverpool, Newcastle were preparing a bid to sign Benjamin Sesko. In fact, made a bid for Benjamin Sesko, and United were not having any of it. They wanted Benjamin Sesko. They had that link with Christopher Vivell, the recruitment manager at United right now, who's worked with Benjamin Sesko, and reportedly told the United board that we cannot miss out on this opportunity and let Benjamin Sesko sign for Newcastle. We needed to go for him, and we needed to go for him this summer. So the United board put their money where their mouth is. Let's give them some credit here, and they signed Benjamin Sesko for just shy of £43 million. It was a record signing, great signing in my opinion. I think he will do really well in the Premier League, but he just needs time. He needs a bit of time to adjust to the Premier League, but I think he will. He's got the power, he's got the drive to go and make himself a top striker in the Premier League. Again, will he have an impact that we're looking for this season? Probably not. I think he will get decent goals. I think he will get some goals, but I can't see him being our #1 player this season. I think we're going to have to rely on the likes of Cunha and Mbeumo and Bruno Fernandes, Amad Diallo. Them are the players that we will be looking at this season to get us the goals. Sesko will slowly be integrated into this United team, but given that he's not played in the Premier League before, I think he will need a bit of time to adapt. Maybe not as long as the season. Sesko will need about 5 to 10 games in which he starts to actually get used to the Premier League. That is my thoughts on Sesko. You might have some other thoughts on Sesko. Drop your comments below on what you think about Benjamin Sesko signing. Number 1, do you think it was a good signing? And number 2, do you think he's going to do well in this season, or will he need another season to actually show what he's made of? And finally, in the last couple of days of the transfer window, we signed Seny Lemons for about £16 million from Antwerp. He was an essential signing, in my opinion. Our goalkeepers at United are the weakest link. Everybody in the Premier League knows that they're the weakest link. It's like the secret that everybody knows. You get the ball into the area, high up, and United goalkeepers flap it. They can't punch it out, they can't catch it, they can't come off their line, and well, it's an easy goal. We saw last season many teams in the Premier League do us over from corners, and in the first game of this season against Arsenal, it looked like business as usual. They were crossing the ball in, and our keeper Altay Bendir couldn't come out and catch it, and well, it was a disaster show. And then we had the nightmare match against Grimsby where Andre Onana, well, less said about it than best, I think. Look, he was terrible. Absolutely terrible, and I think that sent shockwaves through Manchester United and the people running the club, and they knew they needed to go out there and sign a goalkeeper before the transfer window closed. And in the last 24 hours of the transfer window, United went out and signed a new goalkeeper. In fact, in the last 24 hours, there was lots of talk about Emi Martinez being the new goalkeeper of United. It looked like he was in the lead to sign for United. There was a point where everybody thought, right, okay, United are going to sign Emi Martinez as the new goalkeeper. Senny Lemons is going to probably end up at Aston Villa. But that did not happen. United went with the young potential talent of Senny Lemons over the more experienced but older Emi Martinez, and I'm genuinely happy. I'm happy that United have got a goalkeeper in. That's all. I didn't care who it was, whether it was Emi Martinez or Senny Lemons or Donnarumma, whoever. Anyone would have been an upgrade on the current goalkeepers at United, and that's what my position was, and I'm sure lots of fans out there would agree. They would have taken anybody as long as it wasn't Onana in goals. From what I've heard, I think he's going to be very good. He's someone who's capable of coming out, rushing out, collecting the ball, someone who's pretty good with his feet, someone who's very good at shot stopping, and someone who can come out and catch the ball. That's it. Someone who could come out. The basics, like I said, we just want a goalkeeper that can do the basics. If that is the case, we'll all be over the moon by this. Drop your comments below on who you think could be our #1 signing this summer. You've heard it from us. You've heard it from me. I've said it's Matteo Cunha. I think he's going to be our #1 signing. I know he hasn't scored any goals, but I think he's going to be pivotal for United's success this season. Whether that's scoring goals or creating chances, I think he's going to be our #1 player. That is it for today's show, guys. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe. You were watching the Man United Stream channel by the fans for the fans.